Cricket. Set the rules.
I'm just waiting 5 seconds something. Hello everyone, this is Chernobyl from GosuGamers, and with me here I have AdmiralBulldog from Alliance, and we're obviously in Seattle for the International Free. So tell me, Bulldog, what were preparations like for this event?
Well, we boot camped for about a month in Stockholm, and overall it went really good. There was a point at the boot camp where we were in a bit of a slump, I guess. So we performed pretty poorly at that time, and that's when we were defeated out of the defense. So we just sat down and talked as a team about our problems, and we fixed it. And after that, everything went really smooth, and yeah.
What were the issues that you found during the boot camp?
It was a lot of communication. We weren't really speaking a lot during the games, and we weren't really sharing what went wrong and what we were doing. But that went better after the talk.
I heard there was some delays with the boot camp, like before the entire camp started. Is this true?
Yeah, well, we were supposed to get a gaming house much earlier, and yeah, it was just delayed for a really long time. But so we managed to get an apartment temporarily, just for TI3, for a month. So yeah.
What are the dynamics like in the team? Who's calling the shots during the game?
Well, during the game, it's basically everyone. Asford does most of the things mid-game, I guess, but everyone pitches in. And early game, it's mostly Ake, who moves around on the map and talks a lot.
How is it like playing with Ake and Loda? They have so much experience. Do you feel like you're really benefiting by that in the late game, especially?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I always looked up to them when I was younger, and I always remember them. I mean, they are legends in the Dota scene, especially in the Swedish Dota scene. Everyone knows them, so it's a really pleasure to play with them. But yeah, I mean, they have some insight into late game, but everyone knows what they're doing, really.
Yeah, I see. Obviously, before especially, there's always been like this stamp that Eastern Dota is so much better than Western Dota. But right now at TI, it seems to be sort of reversed. What are your thoughts about Western and Eastern playstyles and the whole mentality?
Well, I mean, people always like hyping things, and it's the same with Chinese Dota, that they supposedly are so good and everything, and they are really good, but so are the Western scene. I think the Western scene is actually better. We are. I mean, the most important thing about a game like this is to be creative, and Chinese players really aren't so much of that. Whereof we are, so that's a big plus for us. You know, doing roar strats and stuff like that. I've never seen Chinese teams do that, not in recent times at least. So, but I mean, they have really high individual skill in the Eastern scene and so on, and their team play is probably the best thing. But yeah, it's just that they're not as creative as the Western scene. They don't think outside the box as much as us. So that's why I think we're doing better.
Is that why you went 14-0 in the group stage, you feel?
Yeah, that's part of it, but it's also because we've had our playstyle very similar for a really long time, and we've basically perfected it. We play the same stuff all the time, and we feel extremely confident in this, and we don't feel like much can beat us. So, you know, when you win the first day all games, you get extremely confident, and you don't feel like anything can stop you. And right now, I don't know if we feel really confident against the Chinese, because we have such a drafting advantage, because they have to ban Wisp and we don't have to ban Wisp because they don't play it. And during our boot camp, we practice a lot against the Wisp, so we're not going to give it to a really experienced team like Fnatic, but if IG would pick up Wisp or Orange or something, we would be prepared for that, so it wouldn't be an issue.
So what was the trip like, traveling to Seattle? I heard you have some issues with flights.
Yeah, it was horrible. It was almost too good to be true. Just go to Amsterdam and then right to Seattle. It sounded really good. It's a long trip, but I've done it before, so it's not so bad. But in Amsterdam, we got stuck because it was overbooked, so we had to wait there 24 hours. We got compensated though, so that was nice. We got actually 600 euros per player. It's quite a lot, so it was pretty nice. And everyone in the team got separate flights, We got 3 separate flights. So me and my manager Marcus went to Iceland and then to Seattle. And when we're going to fly from Iceland, what happened was I was basically just listening to music and sleeping, and I was seeing this on the monitor. You can see the flight, how it's going. And I saw it was just going from Iceland to Seattle and then was just turning. I didn't understand what was going on. And there was a point when we were going, the entire flight started shaking. So I thought it was some problem with the plane. So I thought we were going to crash or something. I was a bit worried, but I later found out there was just a guy who was going crazy, just being really obnoxious. I don't know if he was drunk or something, so we had to fly back.
Wow, that's really awful. How long were you stuck in Iceland in total then?
Well, after we went back, we had to wait for like 3 hours or something like that, because I had to search the entire flight if there was, whatever he had done, didn't know. So it was probably like 10 hours or something there. It's a long time.
Do you think it affected your training a bit? Because I understand that teams were training for a few days before the group started, and obviously you arrived later than most others.
No, I don't think it affected us. If anything, it just made me angry. I just wanted to play more, but we came here prepared. Playing a day here doesn't really do anything. It's just like warm up. No one is going to come up with new strategies or play styles here, so it didn't really affect us.
Are you nervous about playing here at this? This is arguably like the biggest event in esports. How does it feel playing here?
Well, of course, I usually am very nervous. The first game, I remember at G1 as well, I was really nervous because we're doing the roar strat and TPing. I was almost choking a bit. And the first game here as well, I'm always a bit nervous first game, but it just drops off after the first game. So right now I'm not nervous. Maybe when we go into the booth, the first game there, might be a little bit nervous, but I don't think it's going to affect so much.
What do you think about the most when you think about winning the international? Is it about fame, money, or just being the best?
I don't really care about the money. I mean, coming here winning $1.4 million would be amazing, but it's not really why I do it. I have everything I want in life in terms of what money could give me. I don't need it. So, but the main reason I come here is because the urge to be the best. I just want to be the best, and they're here. So I just want to be the best. That's why I'm here.
Speaking of being the best, going back a year, you were basically completely unknown, and you probably had the fastest way into being a star in the whole scene. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I was really lucky. I mean, it all started with me just playing pubs, and I was just playing Lone Druid at the time, nothing else ever. And I was playing against Dendy a few times, and he just added me to friendlists randomly, and at first I thought it was a fake nicker, but it turned out it wasn't, so I was really confused why. And he just wanted to play some pubs with me, and we played some pubs, and one day they needed a stand-in, and he asked me, and I was sure, why not? And the enemy team didn't really know about me, so I got Lone Druid, and after that I played stand-in for them a few more times, and it's what got me noticed. And then I wanted to play more in the competitive scene because it was so fun. And I basically came into the team with S4, and that's where it all started.
So like a year ago, did you ever expect anything like this to happen?
No, there's no way. I mean, I remember watching TI3. It was such an amazing event, and the games were amazing. I never thought I would be able ever be good enough to play there, but with hard practice and dedication, anyone can come here. Just gotta try hard enough.
Have you followed other games before Dota 2, like Dota 1 or Heroes of New Earth?
I played Dota 1 for like 6 years. It's one of my favorite games. It was really fun. And after Dota 1, I played a little bit of Heroes of New Earth because my team, not my team, my friends switched to it. So I kind of had to go along, and I didn't like it as much as Dota 1, but since my friends play there, I played as well a bit.
Yeah, okay, I see. I understand that Kelly is now your manager. How do you think it's working out?
I think she's doing an amazing job. She's really nice, and she helps us with anything we need, and she's just a perfect manager, really.
And prior to Kelly, you didn't have any manager, or?
No, we had Karamon. He just schedules all our matches, but we didn't have a manager. No.
Was it after G1 that Kelly was made your manager?
Yeah, at G1, she came along with Loda, and she really helped us a lot down there because they speak Chinese, and in China they don't really speak that good English. So it was really hard sometimes to understand them and what they wanted us to do. So she translated for us, and that's how it all started.
Yeah. Do you have any plans already for after the International 3?
No, not really. I mean, we're just going to keep playing as a team, and depending if we win and how well we do, I mean, I might go on a trip, do something fun, but we're just going to relax for a bit after, like a month or so.
Yeah, okay. Thanks a lot for the interview. Do you have any final shout-outs to Delta Airline or something, maybe?
No, shout out to Delta Airline, you assholes. Shout out to our sponsors, XMG, Racer and Monsters, and to my team and to all the fans for supporting me throughout my journey.